Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our Dart programming language course. I hope you all are fine. This is the second tutorial of our Dart programming language course. In this tutorial, we will learn what are the variables in Dart programming language. As you know, our previous tutorial was about basic introduction and basic programs of the Dart language. So in this tutorial we will see what are the variables and where we use variables in our program, right? Let us see what are the variables. Variables are containers used to store value in the program. There are different types of variables where you can keep different kinds of values. So you can see string, integer, double, num, bool, var. There are different types of variables. Now we will open our VS Code. Here I have already created a new Dart file. Here we will start our program. As you know, a Dart program always start with a main function, void main, curly braces. So here we will write our statements. As you know, in our previous tutorial we print different statements. Hello world. Let me show here. Now here I want to tell you the importance of variable. You see there is a statement print hello world. For example, we have this same statement different times. Let me copy and paste below. You can see 5 times hello world. Here you can see it has printed hello world, right? This is 5 times. For example, I have a requirement to change hello world into something else. So in this way I need to change value on 5 lines. 5 times I need to change the value, right? For example, I have a requirement to remove the word hello and only print word, right? So I need to delete hello from all 5 places, right? Here you can see the output, right? It worked, but this is not a good practice, right? That is where we use variables. Let me show you why. Here for example, I have a string of text. You can choose any name. Text is equal to hello world, right? Now you can replace all these strings with text, all the places, text, 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 right? Now if you run the program, here you can see the output, right? Now for example, I have a requirement to remove the word hello from this string. I will only delete this hello from here and it will automatically change everything on all the places. This is the importance of the variable, right? That is why we use variables. Now there are different types of variables. If you see here, there are different types. The first is string, for storing text values, right? Any type of text, you can say it text or sentence. Any type of text can be stored in string, and it must be in single or double quotes, right? That is very important, right? Here I used double quotation, right? You can use a single quotation, right? Let me use single quotation, right? Dart supports both single and double quotations for string. Right? Always remember, when you want to store value in string, it must be in single or double quotations. That is very important, right? Now next there is a integer, right? Int, you can say int or integer. For storing integer values like 20, -20, anything, decimal is not included. That is very important. Floating point not included, right? It is only integer. Here let me declare an integer, int num1, its value let me add 20, right? Here you can see the difference. In string we store our values by using single or double quotation, but as an integer we don't need to add single or double quotation. If we use single or double quotations, then it will become a string, right? Here you can see the error. It is showing error. Value of type string cannot be assigned to the variable of type integer. It is saying that the value of string, it is string and it cannot be assigned to the integer, right? So keep in mind, it must be an integer, right? Now here we can print this number num1, right? This is the difference between string and integer. And also we cannot add decimal number in integer. Let me add 0.35. No, it is showing error. The value of type double cannot be assigned to a variable of type integer, because we mention its type integer and we are storing a double value, right? That is why it is showing error, right? Now we will see double, right? What is double? Double is another variable types. Here let me show you. Double number 2 is equal to 30.5. No, it is good. But this is double. Double data type supports decimal number, right? Let me change num2 and print this 30.5. I hope you got the difference between string, integer and double. It is according with your requirements. If you have requirements in your program about storing string value, text, sentence, etc., then you can use string, right? If you have a requirement to use integer, only integer numbers, then you can use int data type. And if you have requirement to store floating numbers or decimal, then you can use double data type. The next is num, for storing any type of numbers, both integer and double. So the num data type is very useful. Num 3 is equal to 30. Num is a data type. You can store any number, right? It can be integer or double. Integer and double both are included in num, right? You can store integer as well as double inside your num data type. That is 30. You can assign it 30 or 30.5, anything. There is no restriction, right? Now let me print this. Here you can see it is printing. I hope you got the difference between string, integer, double and num, right? It is very easy. So the next is bool, right? You can say it boolean, for storing true or false, right? Only store true and or false values, right? This is a boolean data type. Let me show you. you can write this bool. You can write is married or not. Here you can assign it true or false, right? If you print this is married, it will show you true or false. In simple words you can say it yes or no, or you can say it 0 or 1, right? This is a very good data type and we will use it in our next tutorials. You will enjoy. This is very helpful, right? The next is var, right? For storing any value. Example, you can store string, integer, anything, or boolean, double, etc. You can store all the values in var, right? If you see string, integer, double, num, bool, right? Uh, Here we mentioned types, right? Here we mention a string. It means a value will be string, right? Integer means its value will be integer, must be integer. Double value must be double, right? And num value must be an integer or double, right? They are both included, right? In boolean the value must be boolean, right? True or false. But in var there is no restriction. You can store any value, yeah, right? Any of above values you can store, right? Let me declare our name, right? Here you can assign string Ahad Hashmi, right? You see it store value, right? Let me declare another variable var age, right? Here you can store integer, right? Let me declare another variable percentage. You can write here 77.2, right? You see var is very helpful. We can assign any value to var. Let me declare another one. Var is male. Here we can assign false, right? You see it supports all the types, right? All above types. So it is very helpful, right? So here we can print all these values. Name, if we mention name, it will print the name, right? We can also print this as I have showed in previous tutorial. My name is. Here we can use any variable inside the string by using $sign, by using $sign name, right? Here it will print the name, right? It is not only about the in print statement. You can also store here. Here you can see this string Ahad Hashmi, and here we can also store another variable value by using $sign text, this text, right? Then it will be included in this string. Now if we print this name, it will also print this text, my name is Ahad Hashmi, and here you can see word, right? Simply keep in mind that we can use any variable inside string by using $sign. If we use $sign, then any variable can be accessed inside string, right? So I hope you got the difference between variables. What are the strings, integer, double, num, bool, var. I hope you all got this, right? Let me move forward. Next slide. Dot constant. So the constant is very important in any programming language. Constant is a type of variable whose value never changes. In programming, changeable values are mutable and unchangeable values are immutable, right? Let me show you. For example, here below, let me declare a new variable. For example, there is a variable name it as full name, right? Hashmi, and this is a variable. Let me print this full name. Here it is showing value, right? And for example, I want to change its value. Its default value is Adashmi, and I want to change its value during runtime. Let me change full name is equal to Sayyid Mahdi. So let me print this. You can see it is showing updated value, right? Its default value was this, and I updated, I have changed. You can say it, change or update the value, then it will show updated and latest value, right? And let me show you, if I use const with this variable, now you can see the error, right? Constant variables cannot be assigned a value. Try removing the assignment or remove the modifier const from the variable. You can see here we cannot change the value of constant, right? So the constant or the variables that's value cannot be changed in program, right? This is very important. If you want to make any value constant in your program, then you can use const keyword, right? This is a keyword, const, right? Let me open another slide. Here you can see variable name. So in simple words, it is showing error. Let me change again its type to string, right? Now here below we will see about the variables naming convention, how we can give a name to the variable. For example, there is a variable. In simple word, you can assign any name. For example, father name. You can say any father name, ABC, right? And there is another variable, father name, etc. Here you see we can give any name to the variable. There is no restriction. But here in a dot there is a naming convention. It says lower camel case, right? It is a good habit to follow the naming convention. In dot variables, the variable name should start with lowercase, right? Variable name should start with lowercase, and every second word's first letter will be uppercase, like num1, full name, is married, etc. Technically, this naming convention is called lower camel case, right? I hope you got it. Here you can see the example, var full name, not standard way, right? And this is standard way, full name, right? That is why I am going to show you here. There is no restriction, but it is good to use the standard, right? Dot says you should use like this string. Name should start with small letter. For example, father name and name. Here after father there is another word, name. Its first letter will be a capital, name. It is called lower camel case, right? In this way you can give a name to the variables. It is good to follow the naming convention, so it makes your code better, right? I hope you got everything about variables. What are variables? Where we use variables? What are the types of variables? And what are the constants? And what is the naming convention? And which naming convention should I follow? I hope you got everything. If you have any question in your mind, you can ask in comment box, right? Okay, good luck.